Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to the whole fleet elect. It's the brother Isaiah with the Pittsburgh GMS camp, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rachaha Kodash. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Okay, and I want to go into this lesson real quick. I was doing some things around the house, and I began to ponder, upon just different precepts and things, and as I was sitting there, I thought about something, because this is a spiritual battle that we fight, okay, and demons, okay, they have their roles, okay, and they have a way of putting suggestions in your mind, okay, wicked suggestions, and you kind of seen that, a glimpse of that in that movie. What's that movie? Constantine, okay, with Keanu Reeves. Which they was going off, okay, everybody looked like Edomite, so on and so forth, and you know, there's things that are about that movie that definitely go off, but nevertheless, there was one scene that I remember where the guy was drinking this alcohol, and he was in the store, and the demons were making him believe that he wasn't actually drinking, and different things like that. But it just showed you the power of suggestion, okay, how the spiritual warfare was going on in that guy's mind, and we too fight a spiritual battle, okay. Let's get that. Now I have a few precepts, but this one is through the spirit. Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." All right. So this is a spiritual battle that we fight. Okay. This is the spiritual battle that we fight in our own mind. And the thought that I had was, okay, this is pretty much going to be like the title of the lesson. The flesh desires things that are evil, okay, that are evil for it. All right. And I just got a few precepts. Now, I like to go to these ones in the Apocrypha because, knowing our heritage and coming back to the faith of being the Hebrew Israelite, okay, we go into the Apocrypha, okay, and there are some, jewels in there, okay, that of course as in the regular scriptures as well. Okay, so let's get this here, right? Ecclesiastes 18, okay, and I will start at 30. It says, "Go not after thy lusts, but refrain thyself from thine appetites." All right, and so your flesh lusts for certain things, and there are scriptures that the Christian church uses, especially going into Paul, which I have a few queued up, okay, which Paul really spoke heavily on the war that happens within your body. Verse 31, it says, "If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies that malign thee." All right, and this word malign just basically means that are evil towards thee. Okay, so don't give your soul the desires that please her. Okay, don't live in pleasure. All right, because it will make you a laughing stock, and much more than that, it can take you out of the truth. Verse 32 says, "Take not pleasure in much good cheer, neither be tied to the expense thereof." All right, so don't take pleasure in much good cheer. There's many things men can find cheer out of. All right, but that cheer can lead you to overindulgence, which could choke you out of the word, out of the truth. Okay. Sirach 37:27 says, "My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it." All right, so there are things that are evil to your soul. There are things that are evil to you, all right, that you do not need to give to yourself. All right, and a lot of us, can be in denial of these things, because they can become such an overwhelming desire, okay, that we may not actively, let's just say, for someone who may try to rationalize themselves and say, "Oh, nothing's a big deal like that for me," but there are things that if you are not seeking them constantly, that you would never think of denying. Okay, and these things may not necessarily even be going off, or things that are wicked. There, we can even think about alcohol, for example. Alcohol's not going off, but then you have brothers who would never turn down a drink. Okay, never. And that could be not good for you. Okay, that could be not good for that brother. So let's go to 28. It says, "For all things are not profitable for all men." Okay, now what does this tie into? Okay, what does this tie into? There's a scripture in the New Testament. Okay, right? 1 Corinthians 10, okay, and 23 says, "All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not." Okay, so there are things that are lawful for you, okay, but they do not edify, which that word edify, okay, goes into build. Now, I've never actually looked it up. I've always heard the apostles speak on it, so I just pull it up real quick. Edify, verb, to build, to construct. Also in figurative use, to build up morally or in faith. From Old French edifier, okay, modern French edifier, build, install, teach, instruct morally. From Latin edificare, edificare, I don't know how to speak Latin, to build, construct, and late Latin, improve spiritually, to instruct. Edifice or edified, edifying. Okay, so this is what this goes into. Now let me look. Dwelling, to make. Okay, dwelling house or building, to make or do. Okay, building, to build, install, teach, to build, construct, build up morally or in faith. Right. Okay, and we're supposed to be built up a spiritual house. Okay, we're supposed to be cleaning our house, so to speak, and filling it with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So, just going back to what I was reading, "For all things are not profitable to all men. All things do not edify. Neither have every soul pleasure in everything." Okay, so you have to know what that is for you, of that thing that, what, if I'm real with myself, this is not good for me. And the thing about it is, the flesh always desires that thing that is not good for it. Getting further into the lesson, it's a lot. Lord willing, it's edifying. It took a while to start getting to these different precepts, but let's go. Romans 13-14. Okay. Matter of fact, Romans 13:13 says, "Let us walk honestly." Oh, matter of fact, let's start at verse 11. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be something about that. Salaki. No, it's gonna be 11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than what we believed, or than we believed." All right, we're entering into times that are very important. Okay, and you see what's happening. You see how Satan is tempting different people to do different things. All right, and we have to keep our shit wired tight, like as the elder apostles, spoke on. All right, "The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness." Okay, excess partying and, drunken, whether you be drunken with philosophies or actually, drink. Okay, now's the time for us to be sober minded, because things are happening. Okay, yeah, we see these things. Brothers get brothers like a little drink every now and then. If that's cool. Ain't nothing necessarily wrong with that. But what I'm saying, there's a such thing as overdoing it. All right, not in chambering and wantonness. Okay, not in strife and envying. Now I wanted to get that word wantonness. Okay, I just looked up the word wanton in the etymology. It says resistant to control or willful. Okay, so you have people that become willful, wanting, lacking, deficient. Okay, now there's a point I wanted. It says misgovernment. Okay, a discordant sound, which that can go into a situation that came up recently. All right, just not having a proper sound to leave, to give out. Okay, to train, to discipline. Let's get this down here. It says one who is ill behaved, especially lascivious or lewd person. All right, and that word lascivious goes into overindulgent or overly sexualized person, as well as being lewd. Okay, when you go in the word lewd, all right, even let's see, yeah, ill-bred, naughty, especially of sexual indulgence, meaning it says inhumane, blah blah blah. All right, to revel, to frolic unrestrainedly. Okay, to frolic unrestrainedly. So, there are certain things where men will not have restraint. They won't think of a situation, that they should have restraint in, and we should think soberly. Okay, we should be thinking soberly in these times of, what is not really good for us and what is good for us. Because we have to be able to identify when the flesh is desiring something that would not be good for us. I'm gonna continue. It's like I keep repeating myself. Romans 13. Okay. And I already read that. Oh no, there's more. Okay. Verse 14 says, put ye on the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. So we're not making way, we're not setting up the flesh to fulfill the lust of the flesh. Okay? We're not setting that up. All right. Why? Because the flesh desires things that are evil for it. Back to my original point, Romans 7. Okay. And Paul goes through this whole war in his members, and I go through this a lot, because this is something that we all experience, okay, to different varying degrees. Romans 7. All right. I don't want to read all of it. Okay. Verse 14 says, for we know that the law is spiritual, okay, but I am carnal, sold under sin. All right. So this law, okay, the words I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Okay. Abiding by the law is life. Okay. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that I do not. But what I hate, that I do. If then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that is good. Right. The law is there to keep us in check. All right. And when he sinned, he's like, shit, the law need to be there, because it's good the law's there, because I'm going off right now. Now then, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. Okay. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not. Right. This flesh, there's no good thing in this flesh. Why? Because the flesh wants that which is evil. Let's continue. For the good that I would, I do not. But the evil which I would not, that I do. Now, if I do that, I would not. It is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. But we can't use this as an excuse. I mean, the thing is, yeah, we have moments of falling, all right? But it's a mindset thing. When you fall, okay, are you comfortable in that fall? All right? Did you fall onto some pillows, or did you fall and did you feel that? Did you say to yourself, damn, I need to quit doing this shit, And there may be certain things that we do that we are not saying to ourselves, I need to quit doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because we may feel like, well, it ain't going off, but it may not be good for your walk. It could be detrimental to your walk. And this is something that everybody has to work out their own salvation with fear and trembling in regards to. Okay, verse 21. I find then a law that when I would do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of the Most High after the inward man. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. Okay? Right. So his flesh wars against the law of his mind, of what he really desires, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members, which is in his flesh. Sometimes your flesh just do stuff, and you just be like, damn, shit, damn, why ain't I even thinking about nothing, what's going on? Oh, wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? All right, these bodies are called chains of darkness for a reason, because the flesh is engulfed in gross darkness. I thank the Most High through Yahushua Hamashiach our Lord. So then with the mind I myself serve the law of the Most High, but with the flesh, the law of sin. Okay? I want to get to the next chapter. Boom, Romans 8. Okay? Now, I want to get this before I move on. Jeremiah 17:9 says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Okay? Who can know it? I, Yahweh, will search the heart and try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. The Most High knows what you truly desire. The Most High knows how you truly feel and whether or not you're considering, okay, what the Spirit is saying. Okay? When you have that thought of, maybe I shouldn't be doing, or not even maybe. When you have that thought of I shouldn't be doing this, or I need to quit doing this, that's the Spirit speaking to you. Especially if you know you're going off, or you feel like there's something that you're becoming too undisciplined. All right, the Spirit will let you know, and you may even get deeper warnings. Romans 8:1 says, "There is therefore now no condemnation to them," which I have this in the blue letter, and I'm gonna go there. Okay. There is therefore now no condemnation in them to them which are in Hamashiach Yahushua, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. Okay. I'm gonna skip to verse 4. Okay, it says that righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. Now I want to get this word walk, which I have it open here. I'm gonna play it.
Strong's G 4043. Peripateo. Peripateo.
Peripateo, right? It says to walk, to make one's way progress, to make due use of opportunities. All right. Now there are people, who there are things of the flesh where, some people make the due use of the opportunities. Every opportunity you get to do this or do that, you may have purpose in your mind that you will jump on it, man. An opportunity arises, I'm hopping on it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let a chick walk up and, and throw it at me, man. I'm gonna hop on that, You know what I'm saying? Let the right one, when that may not be something that's good for you, to do, necessarily. Might jump on the wrong one and it might be some bullshit. Okay, to live, to regulate one's life, okay, to conduct oneself, all right, to make due use of opportunities. Now there's more. It says to walk at large, okay, to walk after something, to follow as a companion, to be occupied with, okay, to be occupied with the flesh. It says those that are not walking after the flesh, who are not occupied with the flesh. All right. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted on that, right? All right, so let's go back. It says, okay, if the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who are not occupied after the flesh, but after the Spirit, okay, who are not occupied, who are not predisposed, which I believe that was in there, okay, to deport oneself, to walk at large, okay, to make one's way, to make due use of opportunities of the flesh, to frequent or to stay in the flesh, to regulate one's life, or to conduct oneself after the flesh, okay. So we do not walk after the flesh, all right? And what is walking after the flesh? Walking after the flesh is to be living in pleasures. Okay, let's take this out the way. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the things of the they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. So let's get this word mind, okay? Mind.
Strong's G 5426. Phraneo. Phraneo.
It says to have understanding, to be wise. So they that are after the flesh are wise after the things of the flesh. Okay, what does the scripture say? Jeremiah 4:22 says, "For my people is foolish; they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge." Right? So like it, and my head turned. I tell it was a little quieter. Okay, so hopefully I'm loud enough here. Turn it up a little bit. All right. Hopefully my filter ain't messed it up and it's been catching me speaking. Salaki if it's been a little messed up, but I'll be messing around with my mic sometimes for different reasons. Continuing on. Okay. All right. Mind the things of the flesh, but for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh. Okay. For Neho, right? To feel or to think after things of the flesh. Okay. To be of the same mind, agree together to cherish the same views, to be harmonious, to direct one's mind to a thing, to seek or to strive for. Okay. To seek one's interest or advantage, to be of this one's part, to side with him. Okay. And there are certain things of the flesh that brothers may side with in their mind that could be harmful to their spiritual walk. Okay, you know, there's a lot of different things that can fit into this category. Okay, you know, and one of those things could even be women. All right, brothers. You know, when you go into the Apocrypha, okay, uh, this is a big thing. You got to understand because this happened. This was a big thing for even for King David, man. King David, okay. You know, this is a huge thing for men, you know, because we see women, all right, especially in today's age where women are walking around damn near butt naked. You know what I'm saying? You know, like El Yashawamba was just talking about in his last lesson I was watching. He was like, dang, you ain't even trying to see booty. You just see booty. You just walking just damn ass just everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's really bullshit, honestly. It pisses me off because, you know, when you're trying to not focus on that shit, it just pop in your face. You know, demons know what's going on. They just, oh, look at this. You know, you're like, yeah, damn, you know, shit. I'm just trying to chill. You know, for me, you know, God, shit just gets annoying. But anyway, first, and that's not to say I don't love women, but when you trying to be on your purpose, you ain't worried about all that shit, man. Anyway, first Esdras 4, all right, and 34 says, "O ye men, are not women strong? Great is the earth, high is the heaven, swift as the sun is in his course." Okay, so on and so forth. Salakia. So this is long, all right, all right. This is a long one, and that was it. Okay. So anyway, you just read this. If you read this, you'll see. Okay, that it goes into Salaki. Get to verse 34. Okay, Salaki, I went too far. But as you see, you know, and there's another precept too. It says many on out which a song is popping up in my mind right now. First Esdras, make it do wrong. You know what I'm saying? What song is that? It just make you do wrong, man. Love and happiness. You know, you going after the things that please your flesh, okay? You know, and for a lot of brothers, that's women. The scriptures say that a man loveth the countenance, a beautiful countenance of a woman, all right? And he will love nothing more, roughly paraphrasing. And you know, there are men who would go for the big butt and the smile, all right, which could not be good for them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not faulting you for loving, you know, women and all that, but First Esdras 4 and 26, the scriptures also say this, okay, give not, okay. Okay, okay. Proverbs 31 and 3 says, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. And women is one of those things that destroyeth kings. Let's continue. First Esdras 4 and 20. And we've seen that happen. We've seen that happen with King David, which he got mercy. And then we also seen it happen with Solomon, which he got mercy and he wasn't punished till he came back as Yahweh Shai. So it doesn't say these things in vain. Women is a big deal. Okay. You know, First Esdras 4 and 26 says, yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. Okay. Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women. Okay. And now do ye not believe me? Is it not? Okay, this is what I wanted in verse 4. Is it not the king great is his power? Do not all regions fear to touch him? Yet did I see him and Apame, the king's concubine, the daughter of the admirable Bardicus, sitting at the right hand of the king. Okay. And taking the crown from the king's head and setting it upon her own head. She also struck the king with her left hand, slapped his ass. And yet for all this, the king gaped and gazed upon her with open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. But if she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter. What's wrong, baby? That she might be reconciled to him again. O ye men, how can it be but women should be strong, seeing they do thus? All right, you know, and like I said, man, this ain't a thing to tell men, you know, don't like the way women look. You know, you are a straight male, you're gonna like women, but you know, women can get can get brothers in trouble, man. Women is the downfall of many great men. You see, many kings have fallen for the love of women. All right. It even goes up. It tells you, man. They go across the sea and they, you know, they go across. They go rob niggas. They go, you know, man. Niggas get crazy over women, man. Women have started wars. All right. Through a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal and to sell upon the sea and upon rivers and looketh upon a lion. You see. So anyway, you know that's pretty much the point on that. I'm gonna keep going. You know, with the other precepts. You know, Spirit kind of had me go there real quick. All right. Romans 8:1 says, there's therefore now no kind of, which I read that. Okay, it's a lot. And I read that word, okay, to be wise after the flesh, okay, to seek one's interest or advantage, okay, to direct one's mind to a thing to seek to strive for, okay. So hey, the kingdom of heaven is more than just women, all right. It's about more than that, all right. We have to make it through this side, you know, before we can get to the kingdom and you know, experience the glories of the kingdom. All right, so let's continue. Matthew 26:41. All right, says, "Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." Okay, you know, man, I think about how King David could not restrain himself. You know, when he saw Bathsheba, even after finding out that she was someone's wife, okay, he purposed that he was gonna pop her and kill that man. All right, and he did that. Okay, he took something. All right, all behind he seen her naked and he couldn't control his desire. John, and that just shows you once again what it tells you in Jeremiah. All right, 17:9. I'm gonna read that again. Through the Spirit, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it, man? You know what I'm saying? Desperately wicked, man. You see? And you know, I know what desperately means. I'm gonna just get it. Okay, despairing, hopelessly wicked, given up or despaired of, lose all hope. It's just hopelessly wicked. All right, hopelessly, without care for safety. Damn, extremely rash, driven to recklessness by despair. Man, your soul, your soul will sift you out for a moment's pleasure, nigga. And your soul will suffer, you know, casting away from the truth and great punishment for a little bit of fun. Think I'm playing? Your soul, man. What? Matter of fact, the scriptures say what? Thinking, yeah. Vain. I don't know if I got it. Shit. Typed it in a little wrong. James 4. All right. And verse 4 says, "Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. Do you think that the scripture saith in vain, the spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy? But he giveth more grace. Wherefore he saith, the Most High resisteth the proud, but give grace unto the humble. Submit yourselves therefore unto the Most High, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Draw nigh to the Most High, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners. Purify your hearts, ye double-minded." Right. Okay, so the spirit that dwelleth in us lusteth to envy, it lusteth to bullshit. Okay, the spirit within us lusts to some bullshit, man. All right, how you considering all type of wickedness, man. You know, for the pleasures of wickedness for a season. All right, hey man, your mind, your flesh will sell you out for very little, man. For very little. Look inside and see if it ain't true, man. John 6:63 says, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Okay. So these are the things we must focus on. Okay. Matthew 6, all right, and 19 says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, for where neither moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. You know, and women, you know, hey man, there's many treasures. You know, women is one of them, man. You know, women is one of them. Even, you know, we even have to come to terms with, you know, what Job faced, what Job was faced with. Job lost the woman that he had, you know, the woman and the children, the substance and everything. And he had to keep pushing. Okay, he had to keep pushing. You know, even if the one we had gets lost, we have to keep pushing. All right, trusting Yahweh Shem Yahushua, verse 21, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. All right. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. And what should our eye be focused on singly? Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Nothing else, man. But if thine eye be evil, thine whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? Okay. All right. So we have to be focused on the things of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yeah, we got responsibilities in the flesh and relationships and things we got to deal with, desires and things of the flesh, but fuck that. Fuck the desires of the flesh, man. Okay, that shit'll get you in trouble, some hot water that you don't need. And I ain't talking about, you know, earthly hot water. I'm talking about heavenly hot water, that deep water and that fire. Okay, like the elder apostle Gabar said on the one lesson, he was doing one false slip. You know, we gotta be careful how we build, because that one false move, okay, that could be our asses. All right. Okay. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. He cannot serve God and mammon, which mammon is the god of money. But there's even more to it. Okay. Don't give your strength to things that destroy kings, man. Setting your heart upon riches and things of this world, those things can destroy you. All right. And you don't want to set your mind upon that. That's pretty much all I want to go into. I know some of the stuff I spoke about was controversial, you know, but hey, Lord willing, you was able to receive it, you know, and it wasn't too overbearing, you know, hey, Salakia, you know. But so these things must be spoken about. It's not spoken about enough, you know, of us, you know, having these different restraints, man. Anyway, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopefully elect. Then I want to say Shalom, Abba, Shalom.